Hi, I'm Marina from frocksandfrolics.com and I'm going to show you how to make a super cute reindeer. The link to the blog post and also to the academy where you can watch all the other videos is in the description. So here's my super cute little reindeer with a little bit of fluff at the end, a little bell. We've got a little ribbon to hang him up with, which is cute, and I hope that you really enjoy this. So let's get started. What do you need for this? You need only 1/3 of a yard at the very most. Actually, scraps will do, or 30 centimeters. You need a wider ribbon to hang him up, a smaller ribbon for the little bell. I've got a little bit of fluff as well for the tail, and I'm also doing a little saddle with a bit of felt. First thing to do is to download your pattern and then cut it out, obviously. And now I'm going to show you a really cool little trick how you can get all these shapes really nicely done. So instead of like cutting the reindeer out, we're just literally sewing all the way around the reindeer just next to the paper, and we're leaving a turning gap where the saddle goes, and we're leaving another gap on top of the antlers so that we can stick a little ribbon in there later on to hang it up. There you go, we just sew to there. And you should use a really small stitch, maybe 1.5 at the most, so that when we go around the little curves, we will not have anything fray out. And as you can see here, I've sewn all the way around, and now I'm cutting my reindeer out instead of like cutting him out first and then trying to sew along a really small seam allowance. Then you want to snip all your curves on your little reindeer, so that when we turn it, there's no tension. And I've got a little ribbon here that's about like 25 centimeters or 10 inches. And I have that, put it on a safety pin, and then I go through my turning gap and I come out at the top of the antler where I left that tiny little gap because that's what I need. And then here we can see it just coming out. Take your safety pin out and then you just stitch across that little edge here. Just like that. There you go. Sew across this and then you turn it. It's very simple. You just need to make sure that everything is fully turned, and you can see the little stitch was real important there. Whole thing turned, and I've got my ribbon in. Now I can stuff it. You can use like a little scissor to help you out there so that you can get it right into the antlers. It's not so easy. So if you start with too much fluff, it won't go in. You need tiny little bits until you've got them all in like these far corners, and then you fill it in the middle. Don't just stuff it full of stuff and think that'll work. So look at that, super cute so far. All we have to do now is to close the turning gap, and I just use a slip stitch coming from either side. And you don't need to worry too much about this not looking very nice because we're going to put the saddle over the top. And the saddle, I think, is really nice. I used proper wool because I had a tiny little rest. Anything that will look good you can use from your little stash. It doesn't have to be, of course, 100% wool felt like I did. Then I'm going to sew on my little bit of fluff. And next we're on to the eyes. The eyes are just sewn on by going straight through your little reindeer, so they really pull in. And I'm putting one bead on one side and one on the other so that I can really pull that thing shut, and you can see how it goes into the reindeer and then secure it. And then I'm going to put this super cute little bell around him as well. So pretty. I just do a bow and that's it. Basically, reindeer done. You could leave him like that and just hang him up. This is beautiful, but then as I said, I just thought, oh no, I need to put a saddle on, that'll be really nice. So I just put a pin in there and held it. And then I'm doing the blanket stitch all the way around. That means you do a loop and another stitch, try to do it all in the same place and keep doing the loop, and it'll just like do that lovely stitch all the way around. And it's easy to do. Just get the beginning right by pulling that down because that'll otherwise stand up a little bit and don't want that. There you go. Just secure that thread and you're almost done. Finally, I'm going to put this big ribbon around, which I really like, looking absolutely fab, and do another bow. And there you go. If you want to read the blog post for that, there's also a link below in the description. And of course, it also links to the Christmas stocking we will do. And we're also going to do a really nice little gift bag. Bye for now. Welcome everyone to the Christmas extravaganza bag like this, which has got the little Wichtelmann on it, the applique, and then we've got this little reindeer, that way around, small, so Santa couldn't get many things in there. No, so I've made them a bit bigger, look. So